Hey y'all, welcome back to the garden. It is a stormy day in Florida, Zone 9B. If you are new to my channel, my name is Tisha. Welcome to Tea Time with Tea, and we are planting seeds today. Usually, if as far as you guys been watching me for a long time, I usually either drop seeds in my raised bed, drop them in a bag, or direct sow. However, we are still dealing with this bipolar weather here in Florida. So doing something for the first time I've ever done is use a seed cell tray because as of right now, I don't know if it's safe to put anything out there because it's hot and it's cool. I think we're going to be in the 60s again this week sometime. It was nice and breezy just a minute ago, and now it's stormy, and if you can hear the thunder in the background, you know I'm not kidding. So I said this will be an opportune time for me to get something done today. I don't know when I'm going to be able to come back out here this week without it raining. It rained 2 days ago, so yeah, today was the first. Actually, it rained yesterday. So here we are, we're planting seeds. So what I've done so far is that I went ahead and did my base of my soil, which is, you guys are familiar with it. I always use either potting soil, garden soil. I use my worm castings and blood meal or bone meal. So for this, I'm seed starting. So I have a mix of what you just saw, which is the blood meal. Well, I didn't do the blood meal yet, but the potting mix and the garden soil mix. So now I'm adding the blood meal. Okay, so my blood meal of choice has always been Burpee's organic. It's natural and organic. I've always used this. This is a good source of nitrogen for your plants. You can also use coffee grounds. You can use your worm castings. You can pretty much build your soil how you want it, but you just have to, find a good mix that works best for you, and also in whatever zone you have. For me, I have to build my soil because we live in Florida, Zone 9B. Our soil is sandy. So we have to put nutrients in our soil. So if you follow me from the beginning in my garden, you know that where I started my garden, which is where I also started my compost, I added soil and fertilizer, black cow and things, and just throwing banana peels and anything I can throw over there to build that soil. And eventually the worms came, so that also helped with natural worm casting. But I added that in there as well because we have sandy soil. So this was my favorite. I know it's backwards, y'all, I apologize. But the blood meal, I've always used this. This is the only blood meal I've ever used. It is a favorite of mine. And then my bone meal, I believe it's Burpee as well. And then just recently, probably last year sometime, I started adding the worm casting because the birds, because we live by water, they come and eat up all the worms, y'all. Like, I'm literally just watching the birds pick them out of the soil. So in order to help myself as far as seed starting, I went and got some worm casting. But you can find, red wigglers, if somebody's selling them and they're nice enough to either give you some. It's good to have that build up your soil. So far we have our potting mix and garden mix in here. I'm gonna mix all of that together, and then I'm adding in my bone meal. Now, I'm not measuring because, it's just what I don't measure. My dad was gracious enough last season to give these seed cell trays to me. These actually had collard greens in them. I believe I told y'all about them. And when we got them from him, they were nice and pretty. We went on vacation, and I thought that, the way I had them set up, they would be okay and last. And them collard greens were so burnt up by the time we got back here. So with that being said, since he gave them to me, I said, I've never purchased them. So I said, well, since I have them, I'm going to go ahead and use them. So what I'm planting today, I told y'all I'm planting my corn. Me and the bunnies are just going to have to hash it out. But I'm planting my corn. This is a sweet corn. This is Sweetness Hybrid. I've planted these before. If you've been with me for a while, you already know this. So I've used these before. They're almost gone, so I'm just gonna finish planting them. Like, I'm hoping to actually get a harvest. I had corn they were about this big, and then the summer heat, again, we're on vacation, and I mean, they were dried up within 60 seconds. So, and then the birds, you know. Anyway, so we're planting that. Now, you know, I planted collard seeds out over here. However, I'm not sure what's going on in there, because the way I started that was a no-dig bed. I started it with recycled boxes on the bottom. So over time, I believe those boxes have now broken down. So what's happening in there, even though we de-weeded, pulled out the Thai basil that was over there and churned the soil, I believe the weeds are still coming back through because the boxes have broken down. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and start some more collards over here. I had Georgia collards over there. These are Bates collard. Okay, so I'm planting those. I am starting some more carrots because I'm not sure about my whiskey barrel over there, because same thing, that was an open area. So I'm sure some carrots will grow in there, but we got a lot of weed activity, and I'm not sure what's what just yet to start pulling anything out of there. So I'm gonna have to let that be. But while we're letting that be, we're gonna go ahead and plant some more carrots. I am also planting chamomile. I plan to keep this on my patio because, again, we have our bipolar weather here in Florida. So that's what we're doing today. I have some creeping thyme, but I'm not gonna plant that because you need a space for that to grow. And right now I don't have that space, okay? So I'm also gonna plant some sweet banana pepper. Love this. I did get nice harvest last year off my banana pepper, but as soon as I uppotted and moved it, it just said, I don't like you no more, and it left me. But we did get a lot off one plant. We got quite a few banana peppers. So I'm trying to make sure we have a good harvest of that again this year, but we're gonna do it this way. So let me go ahead and get started on putting the rest of the ingredients in the soil, which is now, I just need the blood meal and the worm casting, and then we're gonna drop some seeds. Blood meal smells, y'all. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Good smell. Ooh. Okay, so now we're gonna mix all this together. I actually had some compost in this bowl, and since it was already out here, I was like, before I take it in the house to wash it, I might as well just go ahead and just use it. Also, just breaking down the chunks in here. Y'all, it's lightning out here. Now, the garden soil was quite moist. This potting mix is a little bit dry, on the drier side. So, of course, after we put our seeds in here, I'm going to give it a nice watering. I may also just sit them out, too, and let them get some of this rain when it starts up again. It's sprinkling on and off. So you just want to make sure this is nicely mixed. Try not to make too much of a mess because this isn't a big bowl. All right. Okay, that's nicely mixed in there. Okay, so now we're just going to fill up our cells. Like I said, this is the first for me. I've never had to do this, y'all. But I have to get creative this year because between the bunnies and the way this weather is going, I have to find a way to make sure that I can survive this season because this is crazy. It was all right with the bunnies before, but now they actually live here, y'all. So, and of course the bipolar weather. You can't forget about that. So I'm trying to maximize everything I can to make sure that we have a successful season this year. If I have enough soil left, I'm going to go ahead and plant a couple of watermelon seeds too. I'm a little late with that, but I'm not giving up on growing my watermelon. I told y'all. I might have enough. If not, I'll just put some more in here. Dust some of this off. I think this is going to be really good. It doesn't hurt to try. You have to try things new because although we did reap harvest last year, we also did lose quite a few things just because of weather and, and we had an epic hurricane season last year too. Well, the year before, I should say. It kind of set the tone. All right, so these are nicely set up. So that's 18 there. I have 4 more here. This one broke somewhere, but that's okay. We're gonna use it. These are a little flimsy, but hopefully they're flimsy enough that I'll be able to pop these out once it's time. Let's see if we got enough soil to fill these up. If not, I will get some. Now we need a little bit more. So because this is already almost full, I'm just gonna grab a little bit of the potty mix and just put that in there. No need to go down the rabbit hole and add more stuff in here. I think that's good. Okay. Nice. Oh, the audacity. There's an ant crawling on me, y'all. I'm so tired of these ants. Ugh. Okay, so I'm gonna save this one for my watermelon. All right, so in here, we're gonna go ahead and put corn. I got my trusty marker. I also have to work on my green stalk. So the ginger is pushing its way through. We need room for that. So I think I'm gonna have to do a trade-off and put that as the top tier because it is trying to make its way through that green stalk. All right, so we got sweet corn. We're gonna do sweet banana pepper. I swear I had labels for this already, but I feel like at some point in time, some wind came through here and probably blew these away. Because remember, I did my stuff in ground. Sweet banana. I hope you guys are having a happy Sunday. Today is Sunday. I decided to play in the dirt today. Okay, so we got carrots and collards. So these are Bates carrots. Bates collards. Like I said, I saw some over there, but listen, I'm not trusting nothing this year because anything can go to the left or right in beautiful Florida, okay? So these are tender sweet carrots. Oh, y'all hear that thunder? Okay, so let's start with our corn. I'm going to use all 6 of these. I might even, here's the corn. Hopefully they're still good because I've had these for a while. So I'm going to do 2 to a tray. Try to maximize our growth. If all of them take place, you know I'm going to separate them out anyway. So we're doing 2 to a tray. We got to get us some corn, y'all. They were doing so good, and then the bunnies were nibbling on it. Man, I'm telling you. I like Bugs Bunny better. Excuse me, y'all. Okay. So this will be our sweet corn. Okay. Put you in there. So we got 2 to a tray on the sweet corn. I will plant some more, but right now I'm just trying to see what I can work with today. Okay, so banana pepper. Sweet banana pepper. All right, so same thing. I'm probably gonna do, see how many seeds are in here. Trying to maximize my space here. I'm gonna do 2 to a tray, maybe 3. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna need some help here with this. So I'm putting them on top. I'm gonna do 3 to a tray. If all of them take off, then that'll be good. Okay, so that's gonna be the banana pepper. If I can get 9 plants, that'll be lovely. All right, so we're gonna put those back. And just because the corn doesn't have any cover, go ahead and throw this in here too. Ooh, that's going to come, y'all. Okay, so this is my corn. I'm sorry, peppers. So what I'm going to do with them is just poke them right in there. So we did 3 to a cell tray. Hopefully all 3 in each tray take off, because that will give me 9 plants, which will be an epic thing. All right, so to this, I'm going to plant collards. I have another plan for the chamomile. I'm going to actually plant them in a different area. I may get to that today. I'm not sure though, because the rumblings are going on. If not, then what we'll do is a part 2. I also have compost. I have quite a few things to do out here today. Oh, these are, okay, all right. So, because these are collards, I don't care how many I put in each tray. I just want the plant to come out so I can take them out. So I'm just gonna drop a couple, whatever falls is falling. I have a whole bin dedicated just for them. All I want them to do is just take off so I can grab them. I'm not sure how many that was. They're so small. Okay. I'm just gonna wiggle them, do the soil. Thankfully it has some movement to it. However they come about, that's what we're gonna do. So as soon as I see them rear their little head, I'm gonna pull them out of there gently and then put them in their own little area. That might have been 5 or 6 to each one. I'm gonna be watching them like a hawk. So these are the collards. Okay, so of course you know that other dedicated tray is going to be for carrots. Oh man. You need to hurry up. If I just get this done today, then in the morning I can deal with the compost, you know. So I'll just, you know, we'll just pause this and then I'll see you in the morning. That's probably what's gonna happen here in a minute. Because it's out, it's lightning now. Okay, these are tender sweet. Okay. Oh, mercy. I am so excited, y'all. Excited because this is the first time I've used these. And if I like them the way this goes, then I will invest in some. I've seen a lot of gardeners use different ones. But of course, I've always just done it just the plain way. But if it takes off, then I will absolutely invest in something like this to continue to use over and over. Okay, so carrots. Let's see what we got going on here. I'm going to sprinkle them in each one. So it may be like 3 or 4. Or something like that. Because now once they hit the soil, you can't see them. I'm gonna try that and see how that goes. All right, so let's mix them in. And thankfully this soil is pretty dry. So as I'm tapping them, they're literally just falling in there without me having to, you know, cover them too much with dirt. They're falling, literally falling right in line. And then I'm going to show you before it starts getting really crazy out here. I'm going to show you what that ginger's doing in that green stalk. We're just going to trade them up. That's all. Okay, so there's the carrot. Let me get my watermelon seeds. Hey, y'all. As you can see on my glasses, it's raining. So I'm just going to give you a quick peek of what I actually got done. I didn't even bother with the watermelon seeds. It is raining now. So I'm going to flip the camera around so you can see what's going on the patio as far as the seed cell trays. I did have something else to show you guys. So while I was out running errands yesterday, I found a couple of pepper plants. There's, I believe it's a red and yellow or yellow and green and a banana pepper plant. I'm going to go ahead and use those as well while I'm waiting on my seeds because I would, like I said, like to have a successful harvest this year. So without further ado, before it starts pouring. Okay, so there are the seed trays that we just started today. I didn't even bother to water them because we are getting rainwater right now. Those are the pepper plants that I purchased yesterday. But let me show you the ginger real quick. It's doing so outstanding. Oh, y'all saw that lightning? Let me show y'all this and I'm going in the house. Look here. So we're gonna have to swap because it needs room to grow. So I'm gonna take it and put it at the top tier up here. But we're gonna do that in the morning. Let me go ahead and take my tail in the house. I will see y'all in the morning. All I need is a little bit of wind, a little bit of rain, and a little bit of lightning, and baby, I'm done. So I will see y'all in the morning. Okay. Good morning, y'all. Well, after all those days of rain, it's 4 days later. It is freezing out here. So all that rain brought in this wonderful cold weather. I see my birds out here loving it. The ducks loving it. But I just want to give y'all a quick update on the seeds. They did make it through the storm. They didn't blow away. Here are the seedlings that we planted. There's the sweet corn, the sweet banana pepper, our collard. Of course, they're not sprouted yet. We just did them, y'all. So the sweet tender carrot, I didn't mark those, but I did put watermelon in there. Everything did pretty good. Here are my store-bought plants. Now that you can get a closer look, so you can see exactly what I have. So I did get a banana pepper. So hopefully we'll get these as those seeds are coming along. And this one is a yellow. Okay. And this one is a green. Okay. So those got watered pretty well. It's 4 days later, so it looks like we do need just to tap them a little bit, just a little spritz. My black beans are here. They've already sprouted. That rainwater was really good. This is a test cutting. My husband did some maintenance to the mango trees, and this was left over. They look like they might do something, so we're just testing to see if they do sprout. If they do, then that'll be 2 additional mango trees. Look at this ginger, y'all, going crazy. We're gonna have to get this out of here and make it the top tier. It loves the rainwater that it receives, so it's doing really, really good. And I went to walk over and check on my plants on the side of the house. These are doing lovely, y'all. The wind was so violent, y'all. My shading, all that stuff that I had up here, it blew all this stuff down. After the storm, I had to come back and pick up everything. But I just wanted to, I haven't been out here because it's cold. Everything's looking okay. Look, I got a potato in there. Look at that thing sprouting already. Everything else is moving a little slow in those bags. And I know why, because I do need to build them up some more. I just wanted to come check on everything. The sweet potatoes looking okay. The peanuts are doing fine. I'm planting some more of those. Definitely. Look at that ginger back there. That was not supposed to stay there. And it's still not. I'm going to have to find somewhere else to put it. I didn't want that growing right there, but it sprouted. Compost broke down real good with all that rain. So this soil is ready, y'all. I'm going to add some more soil to it. Of course, churn it. My husband did add additional grass. He just cut the grass again. So he built this up for me. So this is, you see the old peanut shells. This is ready. This is ready. I still don't know what that is that's volunteered in there. It's probably another avocado. So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing here. Let this stuff break down some more and build it up, and then we're going to plant in there. Y'all remember I planted 8 cucumber seeds. I only see 1. Look at that. See? Isn't that something? So, of course, you know, we're going to have to plant some more because that's not going to do it for us. Not over here. And this pepper, remember, this was looking kind of crazy. So it's starting to come back, y'all. And I think it knew I was getting ready to get rid of it. And I said, well, if it don't make it, then I'll just, you know, get rid of it. No, it said, you cannot get rid of me. I'm here. I'm alive, and you can't get rid of me. So that's that. So task at hand. Well, it's cold, so I'm not really worrying about bringing that cover back out here. Because it is freezing, y'all. Oh my God. But this made it. All this blew down. Everything. All of it. So I had to take all the cloth down because it was floating up like a balloon. But everything survived so far. And the stuff that is out here that's growing is still green. So we're thankful for that. I think the high today will be in the 70s. It's in the mid 50s right now, as the sun has come up. But as you can see, nothing is, well, this is going crazy. I don't understand this, but it's still alive. So we can be thankful for that. And the avocado tree is still doing good. It has some kind of, something is nibbling on it. Okay, you're going to be fruitful. They eating you. So that must mean you're going to be fruitful, I guess. I see this, so I'm not sure if it's trying to fruit this year. I mean, it's a couple years old. So if it does, that's perfect. But anyway, as you can see, it's still thriving. And of course, it's cooler weather. It's loving it because there's nothing here to burn it up. But something is definitely gnawing on it. When I find that little critter, I'm going to get it. But I just came out here to do an update, so I really don't, I'm not out here on pest control right now, but I am looking. But so far, so good, y'all. So I guess this will be the ending to this video here. Because it stormed, y'all. It stormed. But I'm just glad to see everything's doing good. Look at the pigeon peas. It loved that rainwater we just got. Yeah, nice. So I don't know about these little endings, but I'll let my husband deal with that. Like I told you, I let him deal with the trees. I don't bother that. All I do is feed them and water them. That's it. And of course, harvest from them. There is a lot of stuff growing in here that I don't understand. Okay, I do see my baby collards. I think I'm gonna have to come back out here and play in this. I was trying not to mess with it too much, to let the seeds go ahead and just come on. But this is looking crazy, and I know why, because you know it was just left here to do its own thing. And this is a no dig bed, so for all of you that have no dig and you started with boxes or anything on the bottom, eventually that stuff will break down and the weeds and things will come through. Plus, I do have a lot of birds that frequent this area. They like to perch on here and poop and do their thing, so they're dropping stuff in here as well. There's probably about 3 or 4 collards that I see after all those seeds we dropped. Everything else in here, I don't know. So I'm gonna give it a little bit more time to get bigger so I can move them around. But I may go ahead and just move them anyway. We'll see what the weekend looks like. And those are onions. I had some random seeds left over from last season that I actually harvested from my garden, and I just threw them in there. I did. I honestly just threw them in there. I didn't have anywhere to put them right then and there, so I just threw them in there. Just to see if they would take off. I'm going to pull them out of there as they get bigger, but at least they have a home for now. All right, y'all. So that's that. Oh, and the rainwater here. As you can see, it's still kind of soggy over here. Look at that. Look at that. Looky. Sorrows and prayers. Sorrows and prayers. And looky. Look at all that green. Right back like nothing happened. We have new leaves on the mango tree. As you can see, it was cut. Sorrows and prayers over there to the other side. We're not gonna bother with them because they looking right crazy. But yes, everything else here is coming right back. We love that. So that's just a quick little update after all that rain, y'all. I'm gonna get back in here to a warmer place in my life, and I will see y'all on the next video. Look at the cabbages. Ooh-wee. Aren't they beautiful?